Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Or if you are new, welcome. My name is Kyrielle. I hope you decide to stick around. Today is going to be our second video in my declutter series of 2021. If you missed it, I've already done my primers, setting sprays, and kind of body glow products. These guys back here, they're all nice, they're all organized. It was very satisfying to do. But this video is going to be foundations, concealers, and face powders. It's a long one. Grab a snack. Grab a beverage of your choice, maybe a glass of wine, maybe a cup of tea, whatever you fancy. Complexion products are one of my favorite to try. I love doing foundation reviews and I love trying different concealers because I have like crinkly under eyes, so I'm always trying to find the best one that's good for my skin. So I have quite a lot of products to go through today. Before we do jump right in, if you are new, this is a series on my channel. It's just starting up. We're only 2 videos in, so if you want to get notified of the new ones that I upload and just other makeup content, then make sure you subscribe. All you need to do is hit the red button down below and the little bell button next to it so you get notified of when I upload next. And yeah, I'm gonna now stop talking your ear off and let's get right on into the organization. All right. This is probably going to be the longest section because as you can see, I'm overflowing. And this is also going to be the hardest section for me to actually declutter because I love base products. Yeah, so we've got my concealers and foundations here, and then back here, I don't know if you can see them, but my face powders are back there, and I've got some like cream contour and stuff over here. Gosh, this is like this because I try to use different concealers all the time and I like reach into the bottom and stuff, and it's just too much stuff. So let's just kind of take all of this off so it doesn't Jenga and go everywhere. Okay, so this is a little bit better. Right, where do I start? Okay, so I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 Maybelline Fit Me concealers. Why do I have 4 of these? So they're all in varying shades. I've got 0.5, 0.3, 0.6, and oh, another 0.5? What? Oh, right, okay, I can see. So this one's been well used and abused. It's pretty much empty. I can't believe you could see the actual inside of that. There is still a little bit left, so I'm going to keep it and finish it off. And then obviously I have the other number 5 as a backup. So those 2 are staying. I have a little tray over here that I'm just putting them into. And then I had the shade 03. I use this for underneath the eyes and I use 05 on my face. These are products that I just love to throw in my bag if I know I want to put some makeup on before I'm going somewhere but I'm in a rush. But this is a really good one. I think this is their fairest one and I found this in London and I was really excited because I had never seen the shade before. And then 0.6 still has the label on. I don't even know if I've ever opened this and it looks too dark anyway. I don't think I have. Maybe I've swatched it. I don't know, but this one can go because I'm not going to use it. Okay, let's just do a quick fire round because I want to get through this as quickly as possible. Alright, Colourpop Pretty Fresh. This is one of my favourite concealers of the moment. I love this stuff so much. It's so cheap, but it goes on the skin so nicely and doesn't leave my under eyes dry. It sets really well. It doesn't crease on me. So this one is definitely staying. I'm probably going to repurchase it if I ever run out because I'm using this quite a bit. The Zoe Authentic Concealer. This is similar to their foundation. Really lovely hydrating finish and I do really like this. I have been reaching for this but I don't know why. I hesitate every time I pick it up. I have no idea why though because I love it every single time I use it. So this is staying. I have 2 of the Essential High Coverage by DEWY. I think one's almost out because I repurchased it. This one is well and truly out. I've even taken the stopper out of this one, so this can go because I have a new one. I have 2 of the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealers in the shades Fair Warm and Light Sand. I do really like the finish of these. I still have a little bit of a qualm with the shades just because they're not as light as the original matte version of this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a whole video comparing the matte to the hydrating just to show the colour difference. These are a lot darker, unfortunately, but I do really like the finish. I'm going to keep the shade Fair Warm and get rid of the light sand because I never use it. It's too dark for me. Alright. I've got 3 of the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealers, different shades obviously. So this is the shade Cloud, I'm keeping this. And then I have the shades Warm Beige and Warm Sand. I'm going to keep the shade Warm Beige as like a contour bronzer kind of product. This concealer is really good. It's really blendable, really lightweight, and really hydrating underneath the eyes. So I really like this, but obviously it's multi-use, so I'm going to keep one of these for the face. But I'm going to get rid of Warm Sand because this is way too warm for me. What else do we have? We've got the XX Revolution concealer. I never reach for this. I think this is maybe a little bit too light for my preferences. I like a light under eye, but this is very fair. Also, I don't really recall liking it. You know what, yeah, I'm gonna pass this on. Maybe someone else can get some use out of it. Then I have the Revolution Conceal and Correct concealer in the shade Peach. I like this for correcting my under eyes when I feel like I need to. I just sheer it out with the concealer I'm using for the day and get a light kind of color correction. So I'm gonna keep this one. We have the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. I'm keeping this one. It is a bit of a thicker formula for my preferences. I really love the thin, high coverage formulas, you know, that are just lightweight underneath the eyes, especially because I have kind of crinkly under eyes. But I do like this concealer, so I'm gonna keep it. Am I doing well? I don't feel like I am. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 of the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the original. I think I'm going to keep Light Sand and Fair Warm. I do really like these, even though I have not reached for them in a while. And then I'm going to get rid of this, which is Tan Walnut. I just don't reach for this. I was reaching for this for a little while for like a contour, but it is just a little bit too light and too neutral for me for a contour really, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay. The Nabla Close-Up Concealer. I really didn't like this one, so I'm gonna get rid of it and pass it along. Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite. Again, did not like this. I tried it even though I didn't like the original Conceal and Define, which actually is here. So these can both leave. Bye-bye. My getting rid of pile is slowly building up, so I'm glad. Okay, we have this, which is an empty container. I kept it to remind myself that I liked it, and I don't need reminding. This can go in the bin because I actually depotted it into this pot, which isn't the most ideal, but I absolutely hated the applicator and found it really hard to get it out of the tube. So I put it in here, and yes, I do use it, so this is staying. Such a lovely formula, so hydrating, and just so lightweight underneath the eyes. What's this? Oh, I have a Revolution Supersized Concealer. This has never been opened. It's still got the seal on it. Okay, this is going. Someone else can use this. Oh my god. I did not know that was in there. We have Tarte Shape Tape, which has, well, it's gone. That's all been used up. I won't repurchase it again. It was too heavy for me underneath the eyes, so, but I did use it all up, so didn't want it to go to waste. But this can now leave my collection, especially since it's empty. This is my issue. Why am I keeping empty goddamn bottles? All right, we have 2 of the All Night Long concealers. These are by Barry M. This is a pretty new one, so I'm keeping this one. And this one, again, is like empty, so this is going. I was wondering why this video looked a little bit dull. It's because my lights aren't on. I'm gonna turn them on. We have the Fenty Beauty concealer. This is running pretty low and I never reach for it. Also, the color's a bit of a weird one. It's super yellow. Like, I like a kind of neutral yellow toned concealer, but this is something else. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. We have the Huda Beauty, the Overachiever concealer. I've used this once. I did really like it. I've never actually used it on my channel, but I think I might change that and use it again because I did like it when I originally tried it. Very heavy coverage though. Very heavy duty. Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. The thing doesn't work on this. Like the actual twist up stopped working on it, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Also, the sponge is just gross, so this is going. The Jouer Essential High Coverage pen concealer. I think I've used this like maybe once or twice after I tried it in a video, and it's just not my favorite thing, so this can go, somebody else can use it. And then we have a Lasting Perfection Concealer by Collection. I never ever reached for this, which is a shame because it used to be my holy grail. I used to love this when I was younger, but I think somebody else can use it. It's pretty new as well. All right, is that all of my concealers? It looks like it. I can finally see my face powders, guys. This is amazing. Okay, so let's go on to the face powders. We'll get all this tray sorted and then we'll go to foundations. So what do I have back here? I have Wet n Wild bronzer, which is too light to really be a bronzer. I really like this formula. I remember it's being like so smooth. Yeah, it feels really good, but no, don't use it. Getting rid of it. Need to be more brutal. I have the Fenty powder, which is not going anywhere. God, these need to clean. This is in the shade Butter. Really nice powder. I really need to use it more. This one is staying. Actually, let me just grab everything that I know is staying. These ones over here, the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder, definitely staying. Although I have found it doesn't really help the oiliness on my skin, but it just leaves a really nice finish. The Jaclyn Hill Luminous powder, similar deal, leaves a really nice finish on the skin. This one is definitely staying. I really like this one. The MUA Loose Setting powder, this stuff is so good for such an affordable price. It's so smoothing on the skin, and I was shocked when I tried this. This isn't going anywhere. And also then my current favorite, the HMB Cosmetics Soft Focus powder, is not going anywhere. This is like one of my favorite powders I've ever tried before. It literally blows the skin and is so lightweight. I love it. My Jeffree Star Cosmetics one, I have not reached for this. I mean, I no longer support his brand or anything like that, so I don't know. I did like the finish of this, but it didn't really hold back any of my oils, I found. So like I'd put this on and like within half an hour you could see like shine coming through my skin. So this is more of like a finishing powder for me. I think I'll actually part ways with it because I'm not using it, so someone else can. I'm keeping my Hourglass. I've got one brand new one that my partner bought me for my birthday, I'm pretty sure. I have started on this one. This is one I put in my bag because I just love it. It's easy to touch up with and leaves your skin looking like just lifelike. It's a really nice powder. And then I do have this one, which can you tell I love it? I'm gonna keep this one to finish it up because I can. Then we have this, which is a throwback. There's so little left in here, but I do not reach for it. It's the NARS Soft Velvet Loose Powder in Snow. Back in the day, this was the lightest powder that I could find on the market. I found this through Nikki Tutorials when she mentioned this. Literally, this is years ago. I think I could part ways with it. Yeah, this has been with me for quite a long time. So it's definitely expired. I have this, which keeps rattling around. It's doing my head in. This is the Revolution Skin Finish in the shade Luminescence. This is too pink for me. If you have cool tone skin, you'll probably really love this. It does leave a pretty finish to the skin, but yeah, it's just too pink and gives a pink cast whenever I wear it. So I'm gonna pass this on. We have the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder. I hate the fact that the actual instructions on here tell you that you should bake with this. I don't know why I feel personally attacked because I don't like baking. It does not do anything good for me, but I do actually like the powder. It is very blurring and very soft focus. Again, I don't really use this on my channel and I don't know why. I think it's just because it promotes baking and I don't like that. But I do like the product in itself, so I definitely need to use this more, so I'm gonna keep this one. It is slowly coming down, guys. I swear. Okay, these two. I'm keeping my Collection pressed powder. This is a really nice pigmented blurring pressed powder. I really like it. It's really cheap, so I'm gonna keep it. My Charlotte Tilbury. You know, I spent so much money on this with such high expectations, but I just didn't like it. I think I may try it once or twice more just to verify I don't like it, because again, this is so expensive for a powder. If I don't like reach for it or don't like it, I'll get rid of it. But it's hard for me to part with stuff like this because it was so goddamn expensive. And then we have the Kiko Pressed Powder Radiant Fusion Baked Powder. I really like this. The shade's a little dark, but it works if I've got a very pale foundation. Helps knock it down a little. And the formula is just really nice and soft, so I'm gonna keep this. I don't know why I'm swatching these powders for you, like you can tell by buy a swatch, but anyway. And then finally we have these three powders. The RCMA, this is good for things like face paint. I mean, it's a good powder for base as well, but because of the actual like dispense issue, it's such awkward packaging. I just use it for face paint and stuff. Just sets that really well, so I'm gonna keep this. See what I mean about the dispense issue? I've got it all over me already. Didn't even open it. And then I have two under eye setting powders, my Laura Mercier, which I have not got a lot left in here. I'm gonna keep it and use it up anyway because I mean I really love this powder and I'm sad I've almost finished it. I want to try the press version next to see if I prefer that. But this is very loved, so it's staying. The e.l.f. under eye one, I don't reach for it. I didn't really like it, so this can go. I think I only got rid of like one actual setting powder. Great, okay. Oh, I have these like concealer-ish products. Maybe I should go through these as well. Going forward. This is so dusty. What is this? I don't even know. Okay, I've got all these samples. Foundations, they can all go. Got these two primers by Makeup Revolution. They're Eye Elements. They're both in the same color. Is one not opened? Oh wow. Oh god, that is as dry as the motherfucking desert. This can go. And then this one is actually unopened. I may open it to check it if it's okay, because I've probably had this for a while. If it is, I'll pass it on to somebody else. Let's get into these. So I have two, is it just two? Yeah, two white concealers. I've got one by Makeup Revolution, the Conceal and Correct concealer, and then also the LA Girls Pro Conceal concealer. I never reach for these. They can go. I used to use them as eye bases, but I no longer do that shiz. And then I have a miniature P. Louise Base and Rumor 2 that can go with my eye primer drawer. And I also have this one, which is by Revolution. It's the Focus and Fix eye primer. I've never tried this. This can go in my eye primer drawer as well. I used to keep them up here, so they've just escaped me and I didn't realize they were up here. Then I have this pretty little thing. This is actually a foundation, which was more of like a glowy thing. However, I never reach for it, so this can go. Sorry guys, I feel like the lighter went really bad for a second, so I've just put my ring light on, so hopefully it's better for you. I hope it wasn't that bad throughout the beginning of the video. I apologize if it was. But yeah, this is the pretty little thing finish. It's just super dewy, so I was using it in a similar way that I would the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, but I obviously just never reached for it, so that's going. Alright, then we have a liquid bronzer, which I actually really like, by L'Oreal. It's the Camila Cabello collaboration, the Havana liquid bronzer. I'm keeping this because I do use it and I do like it. I use it especially in summer. It's really pretty. Benefit to the Hoola liquid bronzer. This can go. I used to reach for it quite a bit, but I no longer do, and it's very orange, so this can go. We have a Revolution foundation stick in the shade F10. I bought this for like a bronzer contour thing. It's too orange. I'm gonna get rid of it. And then the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Toast. I really like this for contouring. It's very dark, but it fades out quite cool tone, and I use it lightly, and I really like using this as like a drugstore kind of liquid contour product, you know, so this is staying. And then I have this grubby thing, which is the CYO contour stick, and I really liked the contour, but I no longer reach for this and it's now discontinued, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Goodbye, my old friend. Okay, so this drawer is now empty. I'm gonna remove it while we go into the foundations bit. Okay, so we have these ones. Oh, actually, these are my matchsticks by Fenty. I've got Amber, which is the like contoury shade. I use this all the time. It's one of my favorites. I'm running really quite low on it. It's staying. And then I have this shade Starstruck, which is like a highlight. Do I need this? It's a little too dark for my skin tone, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Somebody else can love it. It can go. Let's go through these. So this is the Revolution Conceal and Glow Foundation. I really like this one, so this one's staying. This one is brand new to my collection. This is probably going to be the next video that I put up because I have done a wear test on this. This is the Urban Decay Hydromaniac foundation. I've only tried it the once so far, but I want to try it some more. Stay tuned for a review on this. Subscribe if you're new to get notified of it. Yeah, this one's staying. The NYX Born to Glow foundation. I was not the biggest fan of this, so I'm going to pass it on to somebody else. Need to be more brutal, need to get rid of things. The Ordinary Serum Foundation, I really like this. However, I've had this for years at this point, so I'm going to get rid of it because, as you can see, it's just separating everything in there, so it's well expired, so this can go. The Barium Fresh Face Foundation, I know I've only tried it the once, but I really did not like it. Gave zero coverage, and I don't know, I like the finish of it, but the fact that it's got no coverage, I know I said I'd try this out again, but I think I'm just going to pass it along. There's just no point me keeping it. I don't feel drawn to it. I don't really want to try it again, so yeah, I'm just going to get rid of it. Let's be brutal. Goodbye. Okay, what's inside drawer number 1? It's so full. By the way, please tell me you kind of get that reference. I know it's not exact wording, but what film is that from? Let me know down in the comments. I mean, I didn't give you much to go off, but oh well. Okay, let's put this up here. Okay, we have the Maybelline Urban cover. I really like this, and it's great for summer because it's really lightweight, so I'm keeping this one. Oh, actually, do I need that one because I really like this one and it's newer? This is the L'Oreal Skin Paradise Tinted Water Cream. You know what? I think I'm going to get rid of the Maybelline and keep the L'Oreal because this one's just lighter in texture on the skin. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the Maybelline and keep the L'Oreal. God, look at me trying to be brutal. We have 2 of my faves currently. The Pretty Fresh by Colourpop, which the pump needs a clean, but I use this so much and I love this foundation. This one's not going anywhere. I love the finish on this. It lays so nicely on the skin. It reminds me of the CYO Life Proof. Just the way it sits on the skin, it just completely melts in. Both of these are staying, even though the CYO is now discontinued, unfortunately. But I want to use it up and I really like it. So these are both staying in my collection. And then this beauty by here, the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. This isn't going anywhere. I really like this. The shade is super yellow. I can never get a correct shade with NARS. They just don't really hold neutral. It's either pink or yellow, but the finish on this makes me forgive it, okay? Let's see. Too Faced Born This Way. I've considered doing a wear test for this on my skin. I just don't like it. So here's your mini review. The coverage is okay. The finish is okay. Overall, it's just okay. And for the price of this foundation, I just don't like it. It doesn't last that long on my skin. I find it kind of separates weirdly. So this can go to a new home. This is in the shade Cloud, which is their fairer shade and is actually too pale for me, but the one down is too dark for me. So yeah, I'm just not vibing with this foundation. So this can go to somebody else and it's pretty much full and heavy. Okay, XX Revolution, the Glow version I think it is. I've used it a few times, but I'm just not fussed on it. The coverage is really good, but yeah, it's just not one I reach for, so this can go. The CC Perfecting Foundation by Revolution. I did really like this, and it has such high coverage for a CC cream. There's quite a bit left in here. I think I'm actually gonna keep this one because I did recall really liking it. I need to use it again. I haven't used it in a while, but I am gonna keep this one. Then we have the Revolution Conceal and Define and Conceal and Hydrate. I love these foundations. They're not going anywhere. They're staying. And also these 2. I love these as well. The Zoeva Authentic Skin and then the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. Gorgeous foundations. The Zoeva is so hydrating and leaves such a nice dewy finish to the skin. And then the Fresh Wear just melts into the skin so nicely. So these 2 are staying. I have the Vanish Stick by Hourglass in the shade Blanc. I don't reach for this. It's not necessarily a bad foundation, I quite liked it, but I literally never reach for it. And also, this is their lighter shade and it's just very cool tone. I am gonna part with it, even though I spent so much goddamn money on this. No, you must go. Goodbye. I have the Revolution Foundation Stick in the shade F1. Oh wow, that's all I've got left of it. I'm gonna get rid of it. I've had this for way too long. There's not that much left. definitely expired. This is one of my first reviews on my channel. So this can go in the bin. Then I have 2 samples. This Benefit Hill Happy one can just go. I've never reached for it, never opened it. And then I have this sample of the Lancome Tint Idole foundation. I love this so much. I really need to just buy the full size and suck it up, because this is one of my favorite ever foundations I've tried, but I just cannot bring myself to spend 30 something pounds on a foundation when I've got all of these. But I can get rid of the sample because I remember I love it and I stare and long at it sometimes on Debenhams because this is empty and it was purely in there for a reminder to tell me to buy it. I don't need the reminder, I already know, so this can go. All right, 1 drawer down. And this one, can I even get you open? There's a foundation in the way. Oh god. Finally. Dear me, it starts all over again. This feels like it's never ending. Sorry guys, this is gonna be a really long one. I have 2 more samples of the Tinty Doll, which are not in my shade, so I'm gonna get rid of them. I have these. Listen, okay, I was gonna start a kit at one point, so I picked up deeper foundation so I could like mix some together, but it just never happened. So some of these are brand new and opened. This one, for example, this is the Revolution Pro Foundation Drops, which is a great foundation. This is in the shade F6. It's never been opened. I'm gonna see if somebody wants that. Same thing with the shade F15. This can go, see if somebody else wants it. And then I have the Ordinary Serum Foundation in a deeper shade again. This can go. Okay, I have the MAC Studio Fix in NW10. I keep this for swatches. It's pretty much empty, but I am gonna keep it for swatch purposes because this is like a cult favorite that everybody uses. Oh, I really love these, but they so expired. It's the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Water. This is such high coverage for a little BB kind of cream, but yeah, it's gonna go. It's been well loved. We have the NYX Total Control Drops. This one's gonna go. I never reached for them and they're really old and all separated in there. We have the Fenty Pro Filter Foundation. I don't like this on my skin, but again, I keep it for swatches because so many people use Fenty, so I'm gonna keep this one. Also, the Maybelline Superstay. I also kept this for swatches, but there is now a new version of it. I hated this on my skin and the shade was god-awful. I looked like a orange. I think I'm actually gonna part ways with this because I have not used it for swatches in a while and I don't reach for it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Next, we have the Wet n Wild Foundation. I did used to really like this, however I never reached for it and it's very old at this point, so this can go. Radiant Lift Foundation by Max Factor. I actually really liked this when I tried it. I just didn't like the shade, but I am actually going to keep this one. Sorry guys, I keep knocking my tripod. Anyway, as I was saying, I just need to mix it in with something to make it lighter. That is staying. I also have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I really like this, but I have not reached for it. I don't know what to do. Now, you know what? I haven't reached for it. I've got other glowy foundations. I'm gonna get rid of it. Getting rid of quite a lot of foundations actually looking down here, which feels really good. I have a Fresh Wear in a deeper shade. This can go to somebody else. And then I have 3 of the Conceal and Define foundations. These are all going, they're all different shades. I was using F7 as like a self-tan shade, but I barely fake tan anymore, so they can all go. Alright, so we have another empty drawer. It's now time for a little cleaning montage and we will put everything back that I'm keeping and go through what I'm getting rid of. Okay, now we're all clean. Let's start putting everything back. I'm gonna move this again and we'll do the foundations first. What I'm thinking about doing is doing affordable and then high end, because I now have room to do that. So let's get right on into it, shall we? Oh my gosh, how satisfying is that? We actually have a partially filled drawer. There's space at the back. I'm so happy with that. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry guys, I just realized you were partially zoomed in for that. Let me show you again. There we go. A partially filled drawer. And I can see everything. Amazing. Let's get on to high end. This drawer is significantly smaller because I do try more affordable foundations, but I have a drawer separate. This is amazing stuff. Wow. Only 4 foundations in this drawer? That's insane. Let's get on to the concealers. I'm excited. Oh my. I mean, I am keeping quite a few concealers. Just pop them here before I put them in their rightful place. I'm going to try organizing them by affordable and high end, but we will see how that works out because they're all different sizes. Okay, is that really all my concealers? What the heck? I'm thinking I may move these to my bronzer section. I have a few liquid blushes that I think I could put these alongside with, so yeah, I'm gonna remove these because I don't actually use them for concealing. I use them for bronzing, so I'm gonna take these out, and now I have less concealer in there. I may just... Does that look a little better? Could I do that with these ones? I want to be able to see everything, you know? And for it also to look aesthetically pleasing. Okay, I feel like that looks so much better. I'm really happy with this. I know some of them don't lie flat, but I can see everything. It's amazing. I forgot to put this foundation in. It's because it's in the box. Let me just pop this in there. I will get rid of the box, but I'm keeping it there for the video. I haven't actually filmed the outer packaging of it yet, so I will recycle that, don't worry. Now let's move on to powders. Before I forget, I'm putting the liquid bronzer by L'Oreal and my Amber Fenty stick with my bronzer collection. I'm going to try doing this the same, low end, high end. We will see if I can do this because these are just awkward to bloom pack away, you know? Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's move into our more affordable ones. Some of these don't fit nicely, which is very frustrating, but I've kind of organized it. So I've pressed powders, high end, then more affordable. I have my affordable loose set powders, and then my higher end one. I'm actually gonna move this here because that's my under eye setting powder, and then I have this one which can go here. I don't really like having it like up front and center like that. Maybe no, it's not gonna work. because I don't use this as like a daily powder, I'm gonna put it with like my face paint section and like my gems and stuff, just because it's a bit of an eyesore on it. I don't want it there. So yeah, I'm gonna move it. I'm still keeping it, but just not in this section, which looks glorious now, if I may say so myself. I cannot tell you how happy this makes me. It just looks so organized, I could cry. So that's the section finished. So let me just go through what I'm getting rid of, which is so much. I'm getting rid of 22 foundations. I have no words. I'm getting rid of so much more than what I'm keeping. I'm keeping 13 foundations, which honestly makes me really annoyed. That is an odd number, but it is what it is. I have room. Maybe I'll just buy my tinty doll and I'll have 14 and I'll be happy. But this is insane. I didn't even realize I had this many. This was the problem. I'm so excited to get rid of all this stuff. Oh my god. Concealers, I'm keeping 14. I do love my concealers, but I am getting rid of 10 and then also 4 kind of like highlight bronzer products. I'm super happy, you know? No, actually, I'm getting rid of these 2 as well, so it's actually 12. I'm getting rid of 12 concealers. And I'm not including the empty bottles, okay? I have 12 different powders. That includes the loose and the pressed. I'm getting rid of 4, 2 loose, 2 pressed. I'm happy with that. I really like my powders, so I didn't think I'd get rid of any, but here we are. And yeah, that is it. Here we are. We have a fabulous new organized, aesthetically pleasing collection. I can't tell you how happy this makes me. It just makes me want to push to go through everything else. Like my blush, bronzer and highlights are overflowing. I need to organize my palettes so I can see them. Like this, this is such a process, but honestly it's so satisfying when it looks like this. Like, look at it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think my next one is actually going to be my blush, bronzers and highlights. If I can fit that all in one video, I will. But yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, how do you think I did? This declutter was so satisfying and so needed. I feel so much better about my foundation, concealers, powders, everything. I just feel so much better about it. That one was a big relief for me. I dreaded sorted that out so much, but I'm so glad it's done. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a thumbs up so I know. And also, if you are new, I'll just encourage you one more time to hit the red subscribe button. I'd love to have you here. It's always nice to have someone new to talk to and discuss about makeup, because it's the little things in life, you know, and I'm obsessed with it. So if you'd like to, please hit the red button down below and the little bell button so you get notified of my future uploads, which is twice a week, every Monday and Thursday. The series so far has been good, but we definitely have more to get through. I'm now gonna love you and leave you. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I hope I see you on the next one. Till then, bye guys.